Well, good morning one and all, and welcome to the Doodling channel. This is Oliver, dying with the flu by the way, but we'll see how it goes. Using a compass and just using any radius at all. It's not any particular radius. I just did it big enough to fit onto this card, and I'm now going to divide that in 6 using the same radius. You just click it off on the circumference like this. Done this before, and now with this pencil and ruler, hold it in the center and draw a line. Simple. And again, I mean, to get rid of this little bit of rubbish that I used first to work out where the center of the card was. So I don't know what the center, I want to hold it center, and another line. Okay. And the third one through the center, and that's it. Okie doke. Now I don't think you can see that in the camera, so I'll go over those again with a darker pencil. This is a 4H, I think. Yeah, you should be able to see those a lot better. There we go. Now we're going to divide it again into halves. We have 6, we want to have 12. So about the 4 there. And again, it's going to be around the 4, but it doesn't have to be absolutely correct, but do it as accurately as you can. There we go. And now from those points again through the center. You know what? I think I could do with a cup of tea. My nose is really blocked. Yeah, I think I'll take a break for a cup of tea. Oh dear, I made a mess of that. I spilled the tea, and I have done up just a very quick of what I'd done before. It's not exactly right. You can see not everything is going through the center there, but I'll just put in the first petal. And having put in that petal, how do we make sure that the other petals I do will be going up to around the same place? And I'm using my good old compass here and just adjust it so that it's going to be just touching the edge of that petal. And let's just go around there and make ourselves a wee circle. So that's the start anyway. There we go. And I'm just going to use a pencil now. Every second segment we'll draw another petal. This helps you having them all about the same, because you get into a rhythm of doing them. You can see that segment isn't quite the same size as the other ones because I didn't really draw them perfectly this time, but it is sufficient. Don't get too hung up about these things. Right, they look like a nice load of petals, and this feels a bit awkward, you know that? I think I was wrong. I should have been going from the other side, I think. But look, I started, so I'm going to finish. As Magnus and you say. And that's it. Now, I actually got the inspiration from this, was from a website that I saw. And I can't remember the name. It'll come to me. It'll come to me. So we put in another petal now, and we do exactly the same as before, and draw another circle here, and there we go. And I think the name of the wait a minute, get this in first. Now we can do them all about the same, yeah. Much easier now. Chari, C-H-A-R-I, and her surname, if memory serves me right, was, I think it was A-S-H-T-E-K-A-R. I'll put the name up there, and I'm going to go this way. Yeah, for me that's a lot more natural coming in on this side, drawing the petals. So I might redo that bottom one later on. That's one of the good things about doing, especially when not used to it, about doing it in pencil now, because when I go over it in pen, I can make it a little, come on, last one, I can make it a little more natural. Okay, we can stick another one in anyway, that's definite. So it's small, but it's alright. It's a very small one, hard to do. And I think I need more lead in this compass actually. It's actually going fairly fast. I'm happy with this. And back to the way. We're flying. Sucking diesel, as they'd say. This is going great. And another one. And that's the last one, isn't it? Yep. Would I fit another one in? I think I'll do a small one, just a little one there. And they didn't go the right way, it doesn't matter. And then at the very top, this is very, very small. Do you know, I should really do this one by eye. There's no need for going into this little, yeah. Jeez, yeah. I need to buy some lead for this compass. It's, yeah, definitely need it. And I'll just put like the top of a Christmas tree up there. So there are the two petals, and just one sticking up at the top. And we'll see what it'll look like. I think it'll be kind of nice. Do you think yourself? That's it. There you go. It is not taking long at all. Happy with that. Right, let's go and do some ink work. I might skip through this fairly quickly, do you know that? You've seen how to make it, you've seen the construction. I think watching me going over this with a black pen is going to be the most boring thing you could ever think of. Now for me it is ideal because it gives me time to think. And what I'm thinking about at the moment is actually cholesterol. My cholesterol zoomed up in about the last couple of years since I had cancer. And I don't know if that was causing it or whatever, but I know how to get it back down again. And about 6 months ago I decided I'd cut out all sweet things. Anything that had sugar in it, forget about it. Sweets, biscuits, chocolates, even during Christmas, I didn't have any. And concentrated a lot more on fresh foods. Nuts, fruits, vegetables, everything home cooked. Felt much better for it. And I went and got my cholesterol checked again there. Was, for me, which I was thought it was 5.8, but it came down to 5.5. But I really did it down below the 5. Because a very active life. I like to think that I'm healthy. Do a lot of exercise. And it's still just that bit too high because my blood pressure is also high. And I do have a history of blood clots. I had blood clots about 15 years ago. So I want to do something a little shorter there. Yeah, the first one was a bit too far. Doing this is easy to chat at the same time. It's a nice way of doing it. Yeah. What was I talking about? Cholesterol. Yes, I'm trying to work out now, what do I do now to get the cholesterol down? Because my diet is fairly good. So anybody got any ideas, by all means, let me know. I'm very interested. So what I'm thinking of doing at the moment anyway, is Benacol. Does that work? Has anybody tried it for a period of time and at that length of time say, yes, Benacol did actually reduce my cholesterol by 10%. So I'm doing that anyway, because I want to get a reduction of at least 10%. I'm also going to do 3 heaped tablespoons of flaxseed, crushed flaxseed. Not crushed, you know, that you blitz them up. So they're the 2 big ones. And the other one I read about was a thing called bergamot, or bergamo, I don't know which it is. It's grown in southern Italy. I think they call it citrus bergamot, or bergamo. It's supposed to be, according to the internet, absolutely wonderful. It would reduce your cholesterol by 30%. Now, I have to say that anything that looks too good to be true, as far as I'm concerned, is too good to be true. But I'm leaving it open to you there now. Has anybody actually tried any of these? And with some sort of proper testing before and at the end, because that's the way I'm doing it. I've tested myself, I'm keeping a track of my diet, and I was going to give myself about 3 months and get another test done at that stage. And I'm hoping my cholesterol will be under better control. If it's not, my good wife will be very disappointed, because she's a firm believer in food. I never believed it, although I'm beginning to be a convert, because it certainly worked for the first 6 months of a trial that I did. It certainly made a difference. So I'm slowly coming around to her way of thinking, but I'm awful disappointed that there doesn't seem to be really well documented evidence. You know, you see things of it should or it might. None of these pill pushers actually say this will. I don't want to go onto statins. I don't know, maybe again some of the stuff that's on the internet has kind of put me off it, but there again, my brother and definitely one of my sisters, definitely one of my sisters has been on statins for a while. Maybe this cholesterol is just inherited. Is it? Is there some test that will show if you have this gene or that gene or whatever, you'll have trouble with cholesterol? I'd just love to see people putting up on the internet how they get on with these different regimes. A nice bit of feedback for other people. So if they tried something and it was just a load of bull, it'd be nice if the rest of us found out the same thing, wouldn't it? And we'd know to say, okay, that doesn't work. That's just a what do you call it? Well, a load of bull. And I should really be concentrating on what I'm doing here now. Do you know that? Hold on. I'm going to sneeze. I didn't. Thought I was going to sneeze there. I'd say before I finish this one, the sneeze will come. It hasn't come yet. Maybe I should just rush it a little bit. I think it's gone. Gone. Everything's fine again. Now the question, do I leave it like this or what will this? I don't know. Where is the 0.8? I'll use the 0.8 and give this a bit of a stronger circle around it, more definition. Very easy to do, needless to say, when you already have the outline done in pencil. Go around as far as you can and start off again. This needs a little bit of concentration, but not much. And if you, there's a bit of the going out a bit there, but stopping just at a junction helps to hide the joint between one arc and the next. Doesn't do it completely, but it certainly helps. Okay, I think it just needs to erase all these little bits in the inside. One thing I'm always afraid of when I'm doing this is that I'm going to tear the paper, or some of the ink isn't quite dry and I make a total mess of it, so I'm not going too close to the edge at the moment. Yeah, that looks pretty okay. I think I could nearly sign that now, couldn't I? And there we go. You know, I just couldn't leave it alone. I had to go back, and this was me with a 0.1, just giving a little bit more embellishing to give it a bit more, I don't know, feeling of 3D to it. And later on I then blackened in everything so that there was a totally black background. Look, I hope you've enjoyed what I've been doing, and thank you very much for staying this long with it. I also hope you're doing it yourself. As I said before, this came from a lady called Chari in India, I think, and thank you very much for the inspiration. I know this is slightly different to what you did, but it's just something that worked quite well for me. So do your own one yourselves and do some bit of different embellishing on it. And I'm back to bed now, I think, at this stage. I'm feeling absolutely knackered, okay? Looking forward to any comments that you might have about this, that or the other. And until we meet again, Slán Tamil, and really appreciate you watching. Slán Inish.